Okay.
Just wait. Yes, good afternoon to all of you. So today we are going to perform the practical number, experiment number 5th. Okay, let's see the syllabus. What are the experiments in the list of experiments in the syllabus? These are the hardware experiments. We can perform any 6 from these 7 experiments. Already we have discussed. Screen is visible? Oh, okay, sorry, just. Now is it visible, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, so these are the we have to perform the 6 experiments. Okay, in hardware. So last 4 experiments we have performed in hardware, that is single phase fully controlled rectifier for DC motor, and 3-phase off control bridge rectifier for DC motor, 3-phase fully controlled bridge rectifier for DC motor. Clear? And one more thing, chopper for DC motor we have performed. Okay, chopper control for DC motor we have performed. 4 experiments we have performed the hardware. So from simulation, so simulation of rectifier any means single phase off wave or single phase semi or single phase full wave. Okay, for DC motor. Simulation of inverter fed DC motor drive, simulation of chopper fed DC motor drive. Okay, simulation of stepper motor or switch reluctance motor drive. From these 4 experiments, we have to perform any 2. We have to conduct 2 experiments any out of these 4. Clear? So today we are going to see the simulation of rectifier fed DC motor. Means today we are going to do the practice single phase semi-control converter fed separately exited DC motor. Single phase semi-control converter fed separately exited DC motor. So let us see here. Okay. Already we have seen the experiment number 1, single phase fully controlled bridge rectifier fed DC motor. Okay, the speed. So what we are going to here? So we are going to control the speed of this DC motor. We are going to control the speed of this DC motor. Okay, using single phase semi-controlled converter, but this is the single phase fully controlled converter. So, but today we are going to do the practice of single phase semi-controlled converter for DC motor. Clear? So now we are going to design the single phase fully controlled. So next practical we will design the single phase full wave. Now we are going to design the single phase semi-controlled converter for DC motor. So the speed of this DC motor is controlled through this rectifier. Okay, this circuit we have to design and we have to observe the voltage and current waveforms, as well as also we have to check the speed torque characteristics of the DC motor for a different firing angle. Clear? For a different firing angle. So let us see here. So let us start the MATLAB. Directly we can design. Open the MATLAB by double clicking on the MATLAB icon. Okay, so by double clicking on the MATLAB icon, so we will get the main command window. This is the main command window. Okay, in this command window, type the Simulink SIMULINK. Screen is visible, all of you? MATLAB window visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Type Simulink SIMULINK and enter. Do the enter. Okay. So if you will get the here, then there is no problem. Otherwise, you can see the symbol of this Simulink here. So click on this Simulink. Click on this Simulink symbol. Okay, so you can get this window, Simulink start page window. So from this window, we can take the one blank model, create a blank model. Wait, it will take time. Okay, this window we got, that is this is the Simulink window which we are going to design. In this window, we are going to design the simulation circuit diagram. Okay, so from in this window, you can see the Simulink library browser. Library browser is nothing but collection of all elements. Okay, collection of all elements. So you can see this Simulink library browser. You can see the Simulink library browser, this one. Okay, so from this, you can see the commonly used blocks. Okay, bus creator, bus selector, constant. So whatever we require the elements, from that elements we can drag from this window to the Simulink library browser to the this window. Clear? So next we can check the scopes. Okay, so whatever, if you want to check the waveforms, you can need, even if we need one scope. Clear? Sources. Next, so whatever you require the elements, you can go one by one. You can check which elements we required. If you want to multiply the two products, okay, you can take this product like this, drag this product. Clear? So this is the product. For example, if you want to multiply any two elements, okay, so just wait. So if you want to give the two inputs, clear? So for example, this is the, you can give the 5 number. For example, this is the 4. Okay, so output, what we can see here, just check whether we are getting the output or not. So run the simulation. Okay, so you can see the run symbol here. So by clicking on this run, so the simulation will be run. So you can see the waveform. Whether we are getting the waveform or not, I don't know. You can see here yellow color, that is a 5 into 4 is equal to 20. Okay, you can see here in yellow color. Okay, so whatever, you can see the waveforms. I will going to design the single phase semi control converter directly. So no need to do all this. So see here, to design the single phase semi control converter, how many thyristors are required? Semi control converter. 2 thyristor we need and 2 diodes we required. Is it right? So take this one. So to get the thyristors, we can go through this SimScape. Okay, you can go for the SimScape. Click on this SimScape. Okay, and next go to the electrical. Next go to the electrical. So which elements we required? Thyristors, na? So where we can get the thyristors? Where we can get the thyristors? Okay, you can see here semiconductor and converters. So from this SimScape, go to the power electronics, that is the semiconductors and converters. So from here we can get the diodes. Drag this diode. Wait, it will take the time. Okay, so we got the diode, and which elements we required? Thyristor we required. Okay, thyristor you can drag. And what are the elements we required here? And we require the AC supply voltage. We require the AC supply voltage. So go to the sources. Okay, take this single phase AC supply. And what we which elements we required? We require the motor. We require the motor. Where we can take the motors? Electromechanical. Check here. So specialized power systems. Go to the electrical machines. Okay. Specialized power systems. Go to the electrical machines. So from here, all type of motors are available. So we need DC machine. Okay, separately exit DC motor. You can drag this one. You can drag this one. Clear. Also, you can take the power electrons from this also. So you can take the diode. Okay, so no need to take this diode. You can get the cancel. So next we require the thyristors. So where is the thyristor? So thyristor is there here. You can drag this thyristor from the Simulink library browser to the this window. Clear. And which we require to measure the output voltage. Okay, to measure the output voltage, we need one voltage measurement. So here you can go to the sensors and measurements. Okay, here from these measurements you can get the current. You can take the current measurement. Okay. Also you can take the voltage measurement. Here is the voltage measurement. This is the voltage measurement. So for measuring the voltage and current, we are taking the voltage measurement and current measurements. Clear. Or which elements we required? Let's see, design the diagram. So to rotate the elements, press the Control R. Okay, and then Control R, and then Control R. Screen is visible now, all of you? Hello? Screen is visible? Okay, so to rotate the device in simulation, press the Control R. Okay, so this is the Control R. So how many thyristors are we required here to design the single phase semi control converter? We require 2 thyristors and 2 diodes. 2 thyristors and 2 diodes we required. So press on this element and press Control, and then you can drag this element. Clear? So if you want to take the number of elements, you can take this, press on this, click on this elements and press on the Control and drag this one like this. So how many elements you require, you can take like that. Clear? So now only we require 2 thyristors. We require only 2 thyristors. Okay, so how the circuit diagram is going to be designed, so I will show you. Just I will show the circuit diagram. This is the single phase semi-controlled converter, na? Is it right? This is the single phase semi-controlled converter. Yes or no? Yes or no, please? How many thyristors are there here? All of you there in the online?
2 thyristors.
Yes, sir.
2 thyristors. How many diodes are there? 2 diodes. Clear? Okay, so means the anode of this T1 is connected to the cathode of this D2. The anode of this thyristor is connected to the cathode of this this diode. Clear? And next, cathode of this thyristor and cathode of this thyristors are connected common. And anode of this diode and anode of this diode are connected common. Finally, these 2 terminals are connected to the DC motor. So like this way, we have to design this simulation diagram. So the anode of this thyristor is going to connect the cathode of this diode. Yes. Okay. The anode of this thyristor is going to connect the cathode of this diode. Clear? So next, the cathode of this thyristors and cathode of this thyristor are connected common. Cathode of this thyristor and cathode of this thyristor are connected common. Next, anode of this diode are connected common. Red mark means not connected. Okay. So it will connect, it will show as a black color. Here. So now we are going to connect the motor across this rectifier. So here this motor is having the 4 terminals: armature terminals A, AA, and field terminals F and AA. Clear? So press the Control R. Okay. You can show here like this. So also you can connect like this, Control R, controller. So you can connect like this. So A terminal is connected to the this terminal, and double A terminal, second terminal of the DC armature terminal of the DC motor is connected to the this one. Is it right? So but here to measure the current, so we are going to take the current measurement. This current measurement are connected in series with the circuit always. So please remember, current measurement is always connected in series. Okay, if you want to measure the current measurement, okay, so if you want to measure the output current or armature current, so this current measurement is connected in series with the circuit. In series with the circuit, plus is connected like this and minus is connected to the armature. Now it is connected in series. Clear? Next, so we required one more DC. We require the DC supply for giving the for exciting the field winding. So for that we are taking the DC supply. Where we can get the DC supply? Go to the sources here. So you can take the single phase AC voltage source here. So don't take this one. This is the single phase AC voltage source, and we require DC voltage source. So from here, so you can get the DC voltage source. We can take the DC voltage source. Clear? So input which we are going to give the which supply we are going to give the rectifier as a input. कौन सा सप्लाई देने का है रेक्टिफायर को? रेक्टिफायर को कौन सा सप्लाई देते हैं अपन? AC or DC? You can see here which supply we are giving to this rectifier as an input, AC or DC?
AC.
AC. Okay, so here also we are going to connect the AC terminal. So positive terminal is connected at this place, at this terminal. Okay, and next दूसरा terminal कहाँ connected है? Directly at this point. Okay, directly at this point. So this second terminal are connected at this terminal. Clear? So this is single phase AC supply is given as an input for this rectifier. Clear? So DC motor to excite the DC motor field winding, we are taking the DC supply, and this DC supply is we are given like this field winding. Okay, so like this we can give the DC supply. Clear? This is the DC supply is given to the field winding of the DC motor. Okay, means this is the separately excited DC motor. So that's why the field winding is excited by the separate DC supply. Okay, for that purpose we have taken the separate DC motor. If you want to take the DC series motor, so this field winding is connected in series with the RS armature circuit. So accordingly you can connect. Okay. Next, to measure the output voltage, so we are taking the one voltage measurement. Okay, we are taking the one voltage measurement, and this voltage measurement is connected across the circuit. across the circuit. Is it clear? So means these are the armature terminals. These are the armature terminals. So if you want to measure the armature terminal voltage, we can connect the voltage across the armature terminals. Okay. If you want to connect the supply voltage, if you want to measure the supply voltage, so take the voltage, one more voltage measurement. Clear? So you can connect this across this supply voltage. You can connect voltage measurement across the supply. Okay. So to check this waveform, we can take the one scope. To check this waveform, so we can take the one scope. Scope is available at this sinks. Okay, from the sinks at the top of the Simlink library, so you can get the sinks here. From this sink, you can take the scope here. Clear? So this scope is connected. This one. Next. Okay. Next. For measuring the speed and torque of the motors. So how we can measure the speed and torque? So here you can take the one more terminal of this DC motor. Okay, you can see here. Symbol दिख रहा है किधर? Symbol is showing here. Which symbol is showing here? Screen पे क्या दिख रहा है इधर? ये क्या है? What is this letter?
E.
ये नहीं, M. This is the M. M means measurements, means motor parameters we can measure by using this terminal. Motor parameters we can measure by using these terminals. Clear? Sorry, E nahi ho, that is the M. M is written in reverse. Okay, for example, actually DC motor A and E letters are written like this. So अभी M दिख रहा है कि G दिख रही है?
M दिख रहा है.
M, क्योंकि अपन रोटेट किए ना वो ऐसे हो गया. M means measurements. Okay, by using this terminal, measurement terminals, we can take the measure the any parameters of this DC motor, maybe a speed, a torque, or armature current, or field current, and so on, etc. Clear? So for that purpose, they have provided the one terminal, that is the measurement terminal. Clear? So in order to measure this voltage, motor parameters, go to the commonly used blocks and go to the bus selector here. From this, take the bus selectors. Okay, so you can connect this bus selector this point. Is it right? If you can observe here, so I am not connecting this measurement terminal of this DC motor to this bus selector. Now you can open this bus selector. No elements in this bus. Is it clear? Here you can show that there is no parameters are showing in this bus selector. But whenever you are connected this terminal to the motor, so you can double click on this. So you can see here speed parameter you can show in this block, armature current parameters you can show, field current you can show, and electrical torque you can show here. Okay, before connection, what is before connection? So there is no parameters in this bus selector. You can see here in this, there is no parameters. But whenever we are connecting this bus selector to the motor measurements, so by clicking this double clicking on this bus selectors, you can see that automatically the parameters will display on this window. Okay, speed of the motor, armature current of the motor, field current of the motor, and electrical torque. Clear? Next, so if you want to, you can see here which parameters we have to check. So you can take any parameter. If you want to check the motor speed, so select the speed and select on this one. Okay, the motor speed is selected. And if you want to check the torque, if you want to see the waveform of the torque, you can click on this torque and select. Okay, these parameters came. Okay, if you want to check the armature current also, you can check, no problem. Okay, or otherwise you can check the field current. Okay, select field current. So click on the apply. Okay, so here how many parameters we have taken? 3 parameters: motor speed, motor torque, and field current. We have taken the 3 parameters. So that's why here the 3 terminals are displaying in this bus selector. Clear? This is the for motor speed. Okay, this is the for the electrical torque. This is for the field current. Is it right? Is it okay? Okay. Next, so to check the, just in 1 minute I will come. Just 1 minute. Here, so in order to check the speed waveform and the torque waveform and current waveform, so we need to take one scope. Okay, we need to take the one scope. So click on link library browser. Okay, so go to the sources or things. Okay, take the scope. Clear? And connect the scope. So if you want to more space, then you can put it like this, so you can get the more space. Okay, so एक कोई भी एक ब्लॉक लेके so ऐसे कर दो, आपको स्पेस ज्यादा मिलेगा. Clear? So take the, connect this speed, motor speed to this waveform. Clear? And take one more scope. Okay, take this scope. So otherwise we can see 3 parameters in one waveform also, no problem. So but for better, so take the different scopes. Okay, next, so motor, this is the one more terminal is provided here, motor. So that is the torque. So take the one constant element here, take the constant element and give some value, put 1, no problem. Next, clear? This is the circuit we have designed, but here to turn on the thyristors, we need gate pulses. Is it right? To turn on the thyristors, we require gate pulses. For giving the gate pulses for these thyristors, we are taking one pulse generator here. So pulse generator is available in the common user blocks and sources. Okay, take this pulse generator. Take this pulse generator. Here, connect this pulse generator to the gate circuit. Okay, take the one more pulse generator click on this and press Control and you can drag. So you can take any, you can make number of elements. Clear? So connect this gate terminal. You can see here, this is the anode. Okay, this is the cathode terminal of the thyristors. This is the anode terminal of this thyristor. This is the gate terminal of these thyristors. Okay, so gate terminal, anode terminal, cathode terminal. This is the measurement terminal, means voltage across the thyristors, current through the thyristors. If you want to measure, so you can take the graph scope and you can connect here. So you can check the voltage and current waveforms across the thyristors by connecting this terminal. Okay, we will see later that one. Okay, so here we have taken the pulse generator. So to run this circuit, okay, we need one power guy because we are taking the one supply here. So just type the power guy in the search item, so you can get this one. Okay, so power guy. Okay, so take the power guy block. So now you can run, but before run the simulation, so connect the wave scope for the checking the output voltage waveform and output current waveforms. Okay, you can take this one. Okay, make the scope as a 2. So go to double click on this scope. Okay, here you can see the setting symbol. That is the configuration property symbol. So click on this one and number of input ports. So if you want to check the two waveforms, you can put the 2. If you want to check the 3 waveforms, you can put 3. So but here we are going to check the output voltage and output current waveform. So only 2 parameters we are going to check here. So enter the 2 here, number of input ports, and then okay. So here you can see 2 terminals. Okay, so this is the output voltage and this is the output current. This is the output voltage and this is the output current. Is it okay? Is it okay, all of you, please? Okay, so now here you can see the run symbol. Okay, you can see the run symbol. So just click on this run. Okay, mean there is no errors. The circuit diagram is run. Okay, so you can see the waveforms by double clicking on this scope. Clear? So, but whether this waveform is correct? No. Okay, this is not a correct because we have not given any gate pulses here. Just we have connected, but we have not given any parameters. You can see here. So how we can get the voltage waveform? We have to get the voltage waveform like this. We have to get the voltage waveform like this. Clear? So for this purpose, so better to take only one waveform, one scope. Clear? So take one more scope here. You can see the individual waveforms. Okay, so how we can set the values? Take the supply voltage, double click on this supply voltage. Clear? Double click on this supply voltage. Okay, so how much voltage if you want to give? For example, 230 volts. Frequency 50 hertz. Frequency is 50 hertz. 230 volts, 50 hertz. Okay. Okay. So means how much supply we have given for this circuit? For this single phase semi control converter, 230 volts, 50 hertz. 230 volts, 50 hertz. Clear? Next. So gate pulse, how we can check? So generally, we have a formula to set the firing angle. Alpha is double click on this one, pulse generator. Okay, you can show these parameters: amplitude, time period, pulse width, phase delay. So no need to change any values of the amplitude and pulse width. Okay, so don't go for this amplitude and pulse width. Just take the set the values of time period and phase delay. Means when the thyristor is going to be turned on. That is the meaning of this one. Okay, so time period T is equal to, how we can set the time? So we know the formula T is equal to 1 by F. Is it right? 1 by frequency. 1 by frequency. Frequency, how much we have given as input? 50, na? 230 volts, 50 hertz we have given, na? 1 by 50. What is the value of 1 by 50? What is the value of 1 by 50? Can you tell anyone, please? Shivani?
0.02.
Yes. Okay. 1 by 50 is equal to 0.02. So means the time period is, the value of the time period is 0.02. So here you can set the 0.02. Clear? Next. Next, one more parameters we have to set. We have to give, that is the phase delay. Phase delay means where the thyristor is going to be turned on. You can see here. So from this waveforms, thyristors कहाँ से turn on करना है? Thyristors को कहाँ से turn on करना है? Clear? For example, if you want to turn on this alpha firing angle is equal to 45 degrees. This is the 90. For example, this is the 45. Okay, 45 degrees से आपको turn on करना है. So how we can give the phase delay value? So phase delay is equal to PD. PD means phase delay is equal to alpha into T upon by 360. Alpha into T upon by 360 degrees. 360 क्यों लिया अपन? Because to complete the one full cycle of the supply voltage, time is taken 360 degrees. Is it right? Okay. So for example, if you want to turn on the fire, if you want to give the firing angle for the thyristors, alpha is equal to, for example, 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Okay. So phase delay, how much? Phase delay, P into D. P into D is nothing but phase delay. So 45 into 0. T. What is the value of time period? 1 by F. 1 by F, 1 by 50, 0.02 na. 45 into 0.02 divided by 360. 45 into 0.02 divided by 360. What is the value of this one phase delay? 45 into 0.02 divided by 360. What is the value of this one? Voice, anyone, please? Okay, we need value, exact value. .45 into 0.02 divided by 360. We need exact value.
0.0025.
Yes. 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 means 0.0025. So phase delay is equal to 0.0025. 0.025. This is the phase delay. So now you can give the value. Clear? Now you can put the value in this pulse generator. Phase delay is equal to 0.0025. Means at 0. Time t is equal to 0.0025 seconds. The thyristor is going to be turned on. That is the meaning of this phase delay. Clear? So means this we have given the parameters for these thyristors. Okay. Next. Next, again we have to turn on this thyristor also. So when this thyristor is going to be turned on, so you can see the waveforms from this. So second thyristor will be turned on at omega t is equal to pi plus alpha. Pi means 180 plus alpha. Clear? Means first phase delay for second thyristor is to be changes, because this thyristor will changes at omega t is equal to alpha, and this thyristor is turned on at omega t is equal to alpha, and this second thyristor will be turned on at omega t is equal to pi plus alpha. Clear? So means 180 plus alpha. So that's why that value we have to changes. Phase delay for second thyristors. So amplitude and pulse width no need to change. Just time period. What is the value? Time period 0.02 na 1 by 50. Is it right? So
Yes, sir.
okay. Deepak Kumbe. Clear? So next, phase delay. How we can give the value of the phase delay here? Means phase delay means when this thyristor should be turned on. That is the meaning of this one. Okay. So if we give the 0, so this thyristor will turn on at omega is equal to 0. But we need to turn on at the proper time. So second thyristor will turn on at omega is equal to pi plus alpha. Pi plus alpha means 180 plus alpha. So phase delay is equal to phase delay is equal to same formula, but here only we are going to add the pi plus alpha, because phase displacement is 180 degrees in single phase. Pi plus alpha into t by 0.0, alpha into t upon by 360 na? Alpha means pi plus alpha here. We are adding the 180 degrees because phase displacement is 180 degrees. Pi plus alpha into t upon by 360, that is equal to pi plus pi is nothing but, yes, pi is nothing but 180 degree. Take the 180 degrees. 180 plus 45. Alpha is equal to 45 we have taken. Na? So 180 plus 45. 180 plus 45 into 0.02 into 0.02 divided by 360. Divided by 360 degrees. So what is the value of this one? 180 plus 45. 225 into 0.025. Sorry, 225. 180 plus 45. Yes, right answer. 0.0125. Okay, the phase delay of this second thyristor is 0. How much? 0.0125. So 0.0125. Is it right? So now you can put this value in this phase delay 0.0125. Okay, just okay, do then. So clear all drawings. Clear? So now we have given the parameters when the thyristor will be turned on. Okay, so again, whatever you have changes, so we need to run the simulation. We need to run the circuit diagram. Start the simulation. Okay. So now you can see here output voltage waveform. I think exactly we got now 45. This is the 0 and this is the 180 degrees. This is the 0 and this is the 180 and this is the 360. Is it right? Means T1 is start. T1 is start at omega is equal to alpha, means this is the 45 degrees. 45, 60, 90. Okay, like this. This is the 180 degrees. Okay, next, second thyristor is turn on. Second thyristor is turn on. At omega is equal to pi plus alpha, this point. This is the pi plus alpha. This is the pi. Okay, this is the pi plus alpha. Exact waveform आया क्या? Check करना. Exact waveform आया क्या? You can see here. This waveform and this waveform are exactly, na? Okay, means we got the output voltage waveform. Clear? Okay, so we got the exact waveform. So output voltage waveform is right. So now check the output current waveform, that is the armature current waveform, because here the load is not resistive. This the load is having the inductance. That's why the current waveform is going to like this. That's why the current waveform is going to become like this. Okay, if you want to make this current is a constant, so you can connect the inductance in series with this armature circuit. Okay, if you want to make this current constant current, so we can insert one inductance in series with this circuit. Okay, in next practical we can see that one also, no problem. Clear? Next, so check the supply voltage also by double clicking on the scope. You can check the supply voltage. Supply voltage same na, pure sinusoidal waveform, 0 to 230 volts. Yes or no? This is the 230 volts. Okay, 50 hertz. You can see the waveform supply voltage like this. Clear? Supply voltage sahi hai kya? AC input voltage waveform is correct? Yes or no? Okay, this is the supply voltage waveform. Also you can check the supply current waveform also. Also you can check the supply current waveform also. So how you can check the supply current? So just take this one current measurement, and this current measurement is connect in series with this circuit. Okay, so and by taking the scope you can check the supply current also, that is the input current waveform. Clear? So next, give the some voltage to the field circuit, 200 volts. Amplitude of this is field voltage is 200 volts. Okay, so armature terminal voltage input कितना दिया अपन? Circuit rectifier को 230, field circuit को 200. So you can give the 220 or 230 volts also. You can give the 200 to 220 or 230 volts also to this field winding, no problem. So and again run this. Okay, so click on the speed of the motor. Okay, so the speed is initially is very low and it is going to increase, but it is going to increase linearly. Okay, so if you want to check the waveform, so you can increase the time value. For example, take the 10 second. Okay, start time 0 and stop time is 10 seconds. So again run this. Okay, now you can see the speed. Means initially the speed is increases and then at one time, okay, it will become a constant. It will become a constant. Clear? Okay, that is the speed in radians per second. So we have taken here. Okay, that is how much speed we are getting here. This is the 120. How much speed? You can see the values on y-axis. This is the 120, means speed in radians per second. Radians per second means I think 125 or 130 radians per second. Okay, the speed of the DC motor is 130 radians per second. Clear? So also you can see the, you can check the motor torque. You can check the motor torque. So but the motor torque is getting like this. Initially it is increasing, then it is going to be decreases. Motor torque is Newton meter. Initially that is a 275 Newton meters, and then when the speed is increases, the torque is going to be decreases. Okay, and then it will become a linearly it is going to be decreases. The speed is increases, the torque is going to be decreases. Okay, so it is increases and then it is going to be decreases. So I think this waveform, how we can see. Okay, if I change the time value, so the electrical motor torque is getting, we are getting like this. Motor torque means it is directly proportional to the armature current. Is it right? Motor torque and motor current is directly proportional. So here you can see the motor current waveform also. Motor current waveform is also same. Is it right? Both are same. Both are same, na? Motor current and motor torque, because both are directly proportional. So that's why the torque is always proportional to the armature current. Torque is always proportional to the armature current. So whatever we are getting the armature current waveform, the torque waveform is also same. Clear? So you can see the armature current waveform like this. Next, motor torque is also waveform, we are getting same one. Okay, so this is the time we have taken 0 to 0.1. Only one small time we have taken on x-axis. Just we are going to check the waveform on the x-axis 0 to 0.1 seconds. If you want to increase the time, you can increase. Check the waveform for 1 second. Okay, stop time is 1 second. So you can see the torque waveform like this. You can see the torque waveform like this. Also, you can see the armature current waveform. Also, you can see the armature current waveform. So here means what we can say, theoretically we are saying the armature current and armature torque is directly proportional. So here also same waveform we are getting, armature current and motor torque. Clear? Next, you can see the field current also. You can see the field current also. Okay, this is the field current. Field current is in amperes. That is very small current is flowing. That is the 0.8333 amperes. Okay, 0.833 amperes current is flowing. Very small amount of current is flowing through the field circuit. Okay, so these are the so check this one more waveform. If we changes any voltage firing angle, for example, if you want to check the, this is the waveforms for the 45 degrees. If you want to check the 90 degrees, can you check it one? Phase delay. For example, phase delay is equal to, time is the same, time period 1/50. Phase delay is equal to 90 into 0.02 alpha into t. Okay, 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. What is the value of this one? Can anyone tell, please? 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. Phase delay. Now I am going to check the waveforms for alpha is equal to 90 degrees. Can anybody check, please? Can anybody tell the value of this one? Phase delay alpha phase delay is equal to alpha into t upon by 360. That is equal to 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. What is the value of this one? 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. Please, can you tell anyone?
0.005.
0.005, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Yes, right answer. Let's see what will happen. 0.00. What is the value?
5.
5. Okay. So next, this also, this phase delay of the second thyristor is also changes. Okay. So what is the phase delay of the second thyristor? 180 plus alpha. 180 plus 90. 180 plus 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. 180 plus 90 into 0.02 divided by 360. Can you tell the value of this one?
0.015.
Yes, right answer. 0.015, no? 0.015. Is it right? Is it right, please? Okay, now firing angle changes. So is there any changes in the output voltage waveform speed that we have to check? Okay, because theoretically we are saying if the firing angle changes, the output voltage changes. Okay, if the output voltage changes, the speed is also changes. So practically we have to prove that one. So run this simulation. Okay, check the output voltage waveform. Okay, put the value, time is 0.1, so we can easily visible, clearly visible the waveform. Clear? 0.1, 0 to 0.1. Is it right? Output voltage waveform सही है क्या? Exactly 90 degrees के पास turn on हुआ.
Yes, sir.
Clear? This is the T1, T2. Next. This is the waveform, output voltage waveform when the T1 is turned on. This is the output voltage waveform when the T2 is turned on. So like this way, T1, T2. Clear? So waveform is correct, output voltage waveform. So any changes in the output current? Okay, the magnitude of this output current is changes. Okay, only little bit changes in the current waveform because we are not changing in the load circuit. Okay, this current is depends upon the load. Is it right? So just check the speed. Is there any changes in the speed? Speed changes हुआ क्या check करो एक बार. So check the increase the time on x-axis because clearly not visible in small time. Take the 1 second and run the simulation. Okay, so here you can see what is the speed of this motor. What is the speed of this motor? 60 radians per second. This is the 50 and the small values increases, that is the 60 radians per second. Okay, approximates 55 radians per second. Is it right? So when the firing angle is 45 degrees, the output, the speed of the motor is how much? Speed of the motor how much? कितना आया था? याद है क्या? I think 150 or 135 radians per second. So now I can check again. Okay, the speed of the DC motor is 55 radians per second. The speed of the DC motor is 55 radians per second. Means firing angle is increased. Okay, firing angle is increased. The speed is decreases. The speed is decreases. Is it right? When the firing angle is equal to 90 degrees, the speed is 55 radians per second. Okay, 55 radians per second. Is it right? So when the firing angle alpha is equal to 90 degrees for 45 degrees, previous case, speed कितना था? Approximate 120 के 120 radians per second. 120 radians per second. So check this one. I don't remember that value. Is it clear? So means the speed is clearly we observe here. The firing angle is increased from 45 degrees to 90 degrees. The speed is decreases. Because firing angle is increases means the output voltage is decreases. If the output voltage is decreases, then the speed is also decreases. Obviously, na? So practically we have proved, na? Practically we have proved, yes or no? Clear? So this is the simple practical of the single phase semi-controlled converter fed separately excited DC motor. Okay, means the speed control of separately excited DC motor using the single phase semi-controlled converter, that is the off controlled converter. Concept is clear, all of you? Concept is clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear. So again we will design the one or two circuits again same. Okay, so you will get the practice. Okay, next weeks again I will design one or two circuits. Okay, so you can easily remember how to design the circuit in the simulation. Is it okay, all of you?